Let me do this. I'm gonna have to cut you off because that's what the commissioners are telling me, okay? That's it, all right?
So the
We're going back to
26th,
que-
the
Now,
26th
the
number.
question on before the commissioners now is, do you want to rescind what you already did? If yes, then I need a motion to do that, and I need a second so that we can stay legal. We're not gonna have any more comments.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Are we going to do that, or are we staying with what we just passed?
Mr. Chairman,
Y'all tell me what your preference is.
I would be willing to reconsider my motion.
And as the second of that, I'll reconsider.
All right, make a motion to rescind, and then we can come back to what you want to do.
All right.
Well, to reconsider.
Reconsider.
Right.
Reconsider is the proper.
Reconsider. Give me a motion to reconsider.
I'd like to reconsider my motion that was made earlier, Mr. Chairman.
All right, the second person?
And
Whoever
I was
second?
the second, and that's fine.
All
with
right.
me.
Before us now is the.
You have to vote, Mr. Chairman. We have to vote.
I am getting the
Okay,
vote.
okay.
Before us now is a motion to reconsider. All right? Please cast your votes. Okay?
That's good.
Now, we have reconsidered. Now,
We get the right.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to,
let me recognize Commissioner Whiteley for a motion. Am I right?
yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
In an effort for us to be able to move forward and close these, and I appreciate the good faith that has been exercised and also patience and restraint that has been exercised here today. I'd like to make a motion that we as Chatham County Commissioners, Board of Commissioners, present a proposal for loss negotiations that will take the county's share to 25% in the first year, 26% in the second year, 28% in the third year, and 31% in the fourth year, with the following years within the 10-year period at 31%. So again, I will restate my motion.
Second. And I'll second
We
that.
got it. We
I
got
just
it.
want to make sure it's clear for Janice. My motion is that our proposal for the first 4 years be as such: 25% for year one, 26% for year two, 28% for year three, 31% for year four, and the following years up in within the 10-year period be at 31%.
Give me the second first.
Please let me.
Give me the second. I'm gonna do that. But give me-
second.
All right, it's been properly motioned and second. Now I recognize.
Thank you.
This is so we
I
stay
already
legal.
seconded it a minute ago.
Yeah,
so.
I
okay.
resecond.
All right.
And I resecond it.
All right, on that note, I want to thank the manager out in the audience. You've done a great job. I do believe we now hitting a compromise that we should be able to work. Your original, what y'all said was 24%. We asked 25 on that first year. Y'all asked 26 and then 29. So we go 26 and then 28, which is one down from your proposal, and then 31. So it just flips that 1 year, and we're done. Is that something you'd be willing to at least present to your people? Because it's the same thing except for 1 year off. And then we're done.
All right.
We'll bring that back to the municipalities to discuss.
Thank you.
All right, so now, we got that
Approve it
done?
then.
We've got that done?
Yes, we
All
got it
right.
done. We got
So
it
now I need for y'all to vote that in. All right?
Mr. Chairman.
I'm waiting on three. Oh, okay, now I
Got
got it.
three.
Your light showed up. Okay, now
Mr.
we
Chairman,
got it.
Okay,
Yes.
in the interest of getting this done, that if the cities come back, the board needs to give you authorization to go ahead and sign the agreement.
All right. Let me, no. Hold still. Let me do this now. I know I was trying not to do this, all right? But we're gonna do this now. You know I have to be in Atlanta Monday and Tuesday, all right? So I won't be here, okay? I'm saying this to the commissioners, all right? Let the municipalities meet between now and next Wednesday, and Thursday, we'll call a meeting, all right? We have to do one because we have to do what he says. You gonna give me,
permission.
all right, you gonna give me permission to go on and do it?
Yeah, we're giving you permission to.
All right, as long as they agree with what you just passed, you give me permission to sign. All right, okay. All right, so let's go back then now. All right, give me a motion.
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that should the cities come back and accept the offer that we just made, that we authorize the chairman to sign this agreement.
I second.
Properly motion
Again,
is second,
He said it.
that I have the authority to sign the agreement as long as it says what we just put in.
Correct.
All right.
25, 26, 28, 31, and then 31 for thereafter.
All right, everybody understand what we're voting on?
Yes.
All right?
All right, well, for Commissioner Milton's piece, I would like to restate my motion, Mr.
Go
Chairman,
ahead, go ahead,
respectfully.
go ahead.
As long as the agreement reads 25%, 26%, 28%, and 31% thereafter, I make a motion that we allow the chairman to sign that agreement with those numbers, should the municipalities accept it.
All right, that's been seconded already. All right, so now, all the discussion, anybody else got something to say? All the discussion done, please, let's vote. All right? And let me say to the manager and to the mayors, I'll be back in town on Wednesday. I'll be back on town Tuesday night. If Wednesday you agree, let us call a press conference and meet in this room and sign the thing in front of the public and get it done, because we gotta stop this throwing stuff on the wall and hoping it sticks, because it's not sticking. So I'm letting you all know now, if you all gonna agree, meet between now and Wednesday, and, for the press part, we can't have that Wednesday. We have to give them 24-hour public notice. So y'all let us know by Wednesday, and then we can all put out a public release that we're gonna meet Thursday and sign the agreement right here in this room. How's that? That works? That we meet all the legal standards? All right?
Hey, if I
The
may,
news, y'all got it?
if I may,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, you're so emotionally attached
Oh, no, listen, I'm good.
negotiation that really, you're making a good thing not sound that great. I think God
I'm
knows
good.
that was rough, and I hope everybody's as excited as I believe the commission is up here, that we very probably have a fair agreement, and we hope y'all go pass it, and thank y'all so much for
All
everything
right.
y'all do. And,
All right, we ready now? Ready?
Good.
Let's move to the action calendar.
All right. Tune in next week for Talbot County Commission.
Yeah, okay, we gonna get there. Let us go to the action calendar. Nobody expressed any desire to remove it, anything, all right? So, nobody expressed? So can I get a motion to accept the action calendar's entirety?
So move.
So properly motion and second that the action calendar be accepted in its entirety. Are you ready for the question? Please cast your votes. All right, there are no first readers. Then we go to the second reader. All right. Second reader, the petitioner, Tim Lingen, am I pronouncing that right? Is proposing to rezone two parcels totaling 237 acres from R-A residential agriculture to PUD, planned unit development. The subject property is located at the southern Timister of Cottonville Road between Derrick's End Road and Lebanon Plantation Road in the unincorporated Chatham County. The proposed master plan which is attached, includes 290 single-family residents with amenities. The Planning Commission recommend approval. MPC file Z-0022-000314, District 5. And let me now say, Mr. Manager. Y'all gotta go? Listen.
They had to go back to school.
I'm so glad that you all stayed through all of that chaos, all right? And the reason I say that is because you learn what not to do, more than you learn what to do. Yeah, normally we are more calm and cool and collective than that, okay? But somebody pushed the wrong buttons today, all right? And
That's
so,
a learning experience.
yeah, we don't want y'all to go away with a bad impression, because one day I want to see either both of you or one of you sitting up in one of these seats up here. All right? Thank you so much, and I enjoy it, but I still not. But you remind your advisors, and you remind They told me about the pizza party, see, and CC's waiting on y'all, they ain't waiting on me. Don't say the chairman didn't keep his word now, so we waiting on y'all, all right? Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, and y'all have a blessed day and happy holidays. See you at CC's. Mr. Lawson.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman. Thank you. This, well, we can move on to this zoning item. So this is a petition for a piece of property at the end of Cottonville Road. The petitioner is proposing to rezone this property from the residential agricultural zoning classification to a planned unit development for the purpose of developing this site with single-family residential homes. Just by way of some background, the subject property is located at the southern terminus of Cottonville between Darrican and Lebanon Plantation Road. The tract includes 2 undeveloped parcels totaling approximately 237 acres. About 120 of that is actually upland, meaning not wetlands and buildable. Historically, the property was associated with the Lebanon Plantation adjacent to this site, which was abandoned after the Civil War. The property was acquired by the Mills B. Lane family in 1916, and the Lane Trust still owns the property today. The proposal to redevelop the property, and these are the sites here, the applicant would combine these properties for the purpose of redevelopment. And just a note, as you all know, there's been significant redevelopment along Cottonville Road in terms of single-family subdivisions. This is a growth area in the county, and we have seen a number of new subdivisions be developed here over the last 10 or 15 years. This is the zoning map that shows the existing zoning, and I do want to show you the applicant's master plan as well. They're proposing all single-family detached products here. They would consist primarily of 50-foot wide lots, and there would be some 60-foot wide lots as well. This is a traditional suburban pattern that's been developed throughout the county in recent years. The point of the PUD in this case really is not that they could not develop the property residentially under the current zoning, but they could not develop to the proposed standards, in particular the lot width, which has become a more common lot width for some of the single-family residential developments in the county. We do believe that the property is appropriate for this land use. The Planning Commission is recommending approval. I should add that the attached master plan does identify the allowed uses, the development standards, the infrastructure requirements, et cetera, and the proposal will continue the pattern of development within the area. In addition, the proposed PUD would ensure that the final product that is developed here will be consistent with what is being shown and requested today. With that, the applicant is present if you have any questions of them, but I'll be happy to take any questions from the commission.
All right, let me do this. Do we have any questions from commissioners? All right, no questions for Mr., from commissioners. So at this point now, give me a motion to open the public hearing. Properly motion and second that we open up the public hearing on the proposal that is before us. Are you ready for the question? Please cast your votes. You good? All right, there we go. Now, how many do we have? Is there anyone in the audience who want to speak on this issue now?
We
I want to
have,
make sure, I've got one,
Yeah, we've got Mr. Giordano with
Okay.
Thomas and Hutton.
but let me make sure I don't have anybody else. Any residents, whether you speaking for or against now, you need to sign up with the manager. I don't hear any, I don't see any. All right, so now we bring forth the first person. Mr. Lawson, don't go far.
Yes, sir.
Chairman Ellis, members of the commission, I appreciate your time this morning. My name is John Giordano. I'm with Thomas and Hutton, and I'm representing the applicant for this application. And I appreciate Mr. Lotson's presentation here this morning, introducing the project to you. And I just want to make it clear, and Marcus hit on this. We are not rezoning this property in an effort to get any additional density. The only thing that we are looking for now is to get to be allowed to develop 50-foot wide lots as opposed to just 60. So under the current zoning ordinance, residential agricultural, you're only allowed to develop 60-foot wide lots, which we have seen plans for this particular property that actually uses a 60-foot wide lot and has additional lots on this property. So we're actually reducing the density. Really, the reason we're going and asking for the 50-foot variance or for the rezoning to allow the 50-foot lots is just for product diversity. And it will also allow us to develop a better plan for this property. So we have reached out. We went to Planning Commission. We were approved unanimously. I've spoken with Commissioner Milton. She's reached out to some of the surrounding neighborhoods, and it's my understanding there haven't been any issues brought forth at this time. We've met with the immediately adjacent neighbors, and they actually spoke up at the Planning Commission meeting, and they said they were not against this project. So with that, if there are any questions, I'm glad to take them.
All right, let me start. This is who? Commissioner Milton, you just want to speak or address? Okay, I'm gonna recognize Commissioner Milton.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Gianni. Did I say it right?
Yeah, good enough.
But I just want to acknowledge that if you haven't gotten in your car and driven in all these little nooks and crannies, you will be surprised at what you'll find. And this is a prized possession. I drove down Cottonville, and of course, they've got new townhomes coming. And then you've got Cottonville at Berwick, you've got Cottonville Lakes, and then you've got Salt Creek. So all of those subdivisions are on that one road, and it's one way in and one way out. But as I continued down Cottonville, I got to a curve, and I started singing Blake Shelton's song that this is God's country, because it was so amazing. It just opened up, and I've never gone that far back. I know that Lebanon Plantation has those characters, but to know that that was back there. And I also did reach out to those neighborhoods to find people. They have HOAs. So we did place the article that had been written on their Facebook page. I've solicited information to find out if there was any opposition, and there wasn't. I just hope that everything works out. Of course, when you get involved in developing property like this and you move around, I've had no idea that all that was back there. And those people have probably been back there forever. And they now are perhaps willing to sell their property now because of the development, because what's back there has been built probably in the early 1900s, maybe a little later than that, but it's been undeveloped for a long time.
It has, and going back to, this rezoning and allowing the 50-foot lots, allowing us to develop a better plan. As you look at the master plan, we've laid this out. There's a fair amount of wetlands that are out there. Marcus mentioned that. And what this has allowed us to do is actually get these lots in and around, preserve the natural beauty that's out there. And it allows these lots to actually have views out over the wetlands, over the marsh, from within the development. So again, I think the ask here today, is allowing us not only to provide product diversity, but allowing us to develop a better plan for this piece of property that will help preserve that natural beauty.
Thank you, sir. I'm good.
All right, Commissioner Whiteley?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to say I support Commissioner Milton in this, and just want to be, as the member of the commission who sits on Chatham Emergency Services Board, just want to make sure I make it clear for the record that not just this project, but in light of the other projects along Cottonville and stuff like that, we're going to have to seriously consider fire infrastructure out in that way, in the shape of fire station. And of course, I applaud this commission and the chairman for our efforts in making sure we're addressing the challenges with fire hydrants. So I just wanted to put that on the record to be clear and make sure we're all being proactive and not reactive.
Okay. Anything else from any commissioner now?
So if you want to build a fire station out there.
Well, speaking as far as water goes, we are working with Consolidated Utilities. They are the utility provider out there, and You know, they're looking at an additional well site, wanting to make sure that we've got adequate pressure and everything out there. So we've already started those conversations just to make sure that we've got adequate pressure for all the fire hydrants.
And the hydrant's coming.
Yes, sir.
Are there fire hydrants back there?
No.
On running down Cotton.
Bow
Yeah,
Tie
way
Alley.
down,
Oh,
It's
not,
called Bow Tie Alley.
yeah.
not presently,
Not-
but as
yeah,
we
no.
develop this, we will, you know, we'll extend water mains throughout the subdivision, put fire hydrants at the appropriate spacing, so.
And let me say to the commissioners too, especially those of us on the west side, all right, with the development coming on the west side, in the engineer's office is, maps of where fire hydrants are, where, what they call them, dry hydrants, will need to be put, all right? The engineering study for that has already begun. We put that in place, all right, in motion, I should say, because it's not completed. And so any of you commissioners who want to see those things, just check with the manager and let him get, the engineering department to give you a layout of what they propose a hydrants need to be, okay, based upon these things. Now, anything else from the commissioners?
Just
Yes, sir.
One other resource, on Chatham Emergency Services website, there's an interactive map of hydrants. Also, not what you're talking about,
Right.
but just existing hydrants.
Right.
So if the public wants to take a look at that, you can go to the Chatham Emergency Services website and see active hydrants throughout the county.
Right. And then the county can help you with where there are no hydrants but need to be hydrants, okay? All right, so now let me have a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Properly motion and second that we close the public hearing. Are you ready for the question? Please cast your votes. Okay. All right, now, may I have a motion to approve the the request? That's what we need now.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
I'll second.
Properly motion and second that the petitioner's request be granted. Are you ready for the question? Please cast your votes. Okay. All right, let us move on now to information item, Mr. Manager.
Nothing at this time, Mr. Chairman.
All right, now, there is a need for us to go into executives. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me recognize Commissioner Milton. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to first acknowledge that the chairman had a birthday.
Oh. Plenty of cake, too. Still got some
Yeah,
cake.
Wednesday. And I'd also like to acknowledge that this is the last meeting before 2023. So I want to wish all of our constituents, all the residents here in Chatham County a very safe and happy holiday season. And I also prayed for an intervention today, and I think that intervention happened for the lost distribution. So I just want to say y'all have a happy holiday. We done.
I did too.
It's rubbing off. All right, let me have a motion now to move into executive session.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, for personnel, litigation, and acquisition, in case there's one of those, all right? I got a motion, give me a second.
Second.
All right, motion and second, please cast your votes. All right, we are in the executive session.